everybody, this is Bonnie and I am here with our Daisy Lane online card class that we chose to do for the month of December. And this is card number 1 and we're going to be doing this card right here. Just to let you know, for the ladies that like to split the cards up and do a couple here, a couple there, card 1 and 2 are fairly on the easy side. Card 3 gets harder. Card 4, I think, is, you guys can do it. I know you can if you just follow my directions, okay? It's a little harder. So I know some of you do them together. So, you know, do maybe card 1 and card 4 together, or however, if you only got a few hours. So let's get started. So for this card, it's pretty simple, really. So we have our normal standard base card that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we're just going to fold it right in half at 4 1/4. You can use your scoreboard or, you know, do like I'm doing right now. I had my, here it is, over here, and just kind of give it a good score, because you want a really good score. Then you're going to have this other piece right here, and this piece runs at 4 1/2 by 5. Oh, wait a minute. Did I do that right? Okay, let's measure over here. This measures 4 1/4. Let's use the ruler the right way. By 5 1/2. So this is just a standard normal card. What we're going to do is we are going to emboss this. Now, all you ladies that joined also was in my ornate bundle class from before, so I know you guys all have the ornate embossing folder. So you're going to get out your ornate embossing folder that came with that bundle. It's got these like little daisies and stuff in it, and we are going to run this through our embossing machine. So I've ran it through my embossing machine like that. Now we're going to take the square framelit, any type of rectangle. You need the rectangle frame dies, and you're going to take this and you're going to kind of eyeball the center. You can use your grid paper if you want. I mean, I could put it back over here on the 1 inch like this right here, so you guys can make sure I'm in view of the camera. I'm lining this up with the 1 inch here, the 1 inch there. I'm kind of seeing that it's 1, 2 squares over. I got 1, 2, almost 3. I think that looks good, and if it's not perfect, it's okay. It's a homemade card. And I'm just using my normal Post-it note tear and tape to hold this down, and I'm going to run that through the embossing machine. So now we have our piece cut out, and just save this for later or whatever you want, because we don't need it. Then in your kit, you're going to have a piece of green. Now your guys is going to look like this. I ran out of this paper, but everybody that had ordered the kit got one of these. I'm just the only one. So I'm just using a different Granny Apple Green DSP. But you guys will get the one that came with it. So before we go any further, we're going to take this and we're going to just put it down here on our platform. We're going to get the leaf, and we're going to get the Mossy Meadow ink, and we're just going to take this and we're going to stamp it up. And I wanted it off the page. I wanted it to kind of go up at an angle, but off the page, as you could see here. So I kind of went like that. Okay? So I did that, and while we still have the Mossy Meadow ink, we're going to take this, the word smile, and I put it right, I don't go all the way down because you're going to lose some of that. So I'm going to put it right about here. And make sure you're in. If you need to, which I should have done, you could put this down just to make sure that you're in the, you know, in your little square after, before, whatever you stamp. So, okay, so I'm going to set this aside because I want this to dry a little bit because we have to do one more thing to this. So we're going to set this aside. So while that's set aside, you also have a piece that is 5.5 by 3.25 or 3 inches. Actually, it's 3 inches, yeah, by 5.5. If you have a piece of Whisper White that's 3 inches by 5.5, and we're going to take out the Daffodil Delight, and we're getting the large, large daisy. Oh, I'm just getting back into from all the holiday stuff, and I'm like, I feel like I'm new again. So, and we're going to punch this down, or stamp this down. Oop, I'm going to have to flip it over. I thought I was farther up on the paper. I don't want it that far down. Okay. And over. And we need 2 of these. So we're going to do 2 side by side. There we go. And, oops. And then we're going to get the large punch. Close these inks up. I could see me putting my, thought I put my finger in one already, but I didn't. Then we're going to get the large daisy punch. And we're going to put this in here and we're going to line it up. It may take a minute or two. You may get it right away. Sometimes I'm just really picky. Okay. Punch that one out. There we go. And I punched that one out. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. That's scrap. But also in your kit, because I didn't punch one out for myself, so I'm going to just use this scrap. But I punched you out a couple extra circles. So you're going to want to take a circle. You're going to want to take a silicone mat, stamp and seal. We're going to cover this. Now you want to cover this really good all over it. Okay, then you're going to get your thread that I gave you. I believe I gave you more than you're going to need. I gave you 20 inches, which I believe is way more than what we need here. What you're going to start doing, and this may be a little tricky, and I'm going to zoom in really close so you guys can see what I'm doing. Oops. Okay, I guess that's as close as I could get it without it going out of focus. So you're just going to take, and you're just going to start, I guess I'm going to start on the outside. I think will be the easiest. And I'm going to use this little tool to help me. Am I in the camera? No, I'm trying to make sure I'm in the camera view. And once I get my fingers out of the way, then get this started. And it's not hard once you get it started. It's just hard because it won't let me leave it alone without... You could run this through a Xyron machine if you have like sticky stuff to get it sticky. That might work too, but I just find that the snail works. And then you're just going to keep going around in a circle and just use your fingers, use your pokey tool. You could use this pokey tool to kind of like hold it, move it around. I like to move it and then hold it a little bit. Hope you guys are seeing this still. You can't get this string anymore. This thread came in a kit for something that I ordered that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. And I just happened to have some of it left. And I thought it would be really pretty as a center for this card. And I really like it. So I think the way it came out, I was really, really happy. I ain't got the most perfect circle, but it's okay. It's coming. Now once you get it down to the end there, then you want to take your scissors. These are not the best scissors. Leave a little bit of a tail, just a little bit, so that you could take it and spin it around and kind of shove it all in the center. If you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, I was off camera. You're just going to shove it all in the center there. Like that. I just left a little bit. And that looks really cute. I really have to say I like it. I like it a lot. So it ends up looking, ends up looking like this. If you see that little bit of white there, it's not going to make a difference once you put it on your card. So now I'm going to zoom you guys back out before I forget. So that's how we did this little center. Then you're just we're gonna use this mat again. Then you're gonna just take and crisscross your daisies like this. Okay, crisscross your daisies. So we're gonna put some adhesive right here in the center. You could use liquid glue if you want. I may have used liquid glue on the last one. I don't know. Okay, there we go. And then I am going to use liquid glue on this because I really want to make sure this stays down really good and tight. So I think I'm going to put it on this. Ooh, I think I got some glue that time. I'm going to wipe a little bit of that off. When you get too much, just take a little piece that you threw away, kind of spread it around, and then wipe off the excess. There we go. And then we'll put it and see how this is coming? Isn't that kind of cute? I mean, I think it's adorable. And it just took a few extra minutes, and I gave you extra little heart and extra string. So if you screw up, you got extra, or make another card, whatever you want to do. Okay, so now we got to set that aside. We're going to bring this back because this is dry now. We don't need our mat. And I brought in the Mossy Meadow Light Blend Pen because what I felt like this needed to be darker. So I just went ahead and I colored this in. There's that. So now we're going to attach this to this card right here. So what I like to do is I'm going to turn it over, and I think I'm just going to put a bead of glue around this. Just a very small light bead of glue, and I'm going to do it on the outside of the dots from when we cut out the frame. So I'm doing it on the farther side of the dots. I'm not doing it on top of the little dots. Dashes, I should say. They're called dashes. Oh, I'm calling them dots, but they're actually dashes. I know you guys are probably screaming that in the camera at me. So then I could flip this back over, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to line this up this way. This way it may not be straight on the other side, but you know what? It's going to be straight on this side that I want it to be straight on. Okay? And that's okay. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take Stampin' Dimensionals. Line this up the best you can. There we go. Give it a little pat down. There we go. And then we're going to attach this right here, and I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of this right here in the center because I kind of want it to pop a little. I have it more up towards the top, so I didn't go like right on top of the leaf. I kind of went up here, but gives it the illusion that I went on top. Something sticky there. Okay, then I went ahead and I took some pearls. I gave you guys like a bunch of pearls, but I got some here colored. I colored them for you in the Daffodil Delight with the blend. And I just put some pearls here. I put one down here, and then I took a little one just to kind of offset the size. And that's what I did for card 1, guys. This one wasn't too bad. I really like the way they came out, and I really kind of like it with the wood grain too. It's not bad either way. So I really like the card. Okay, I'll be back with card number 2 for you. Bye-bye.